Friday night in downtown Seattle, the rooftop launch party for the Blaze fitness app is packed with influencers and investors. Neon lights flicker against the glass. Riley Hart stands by the bar in a red dress, clutching a tablet with the pitch deck she spent 3 months perfecting. Her jaw tight as she watches the stage. On stage, Mason Blake, founder of Blaze and Riley Boss from Hell, smiles for the cameras. He speaks like he alone built the company from code to empire.
Blaze started as a crazy idea in my college dorm. Tonight we prove that one vision can change the way the whole world moves.
Funny, I guess my 70-hour weeks were a hallucination. Maybe the marketing plans wrote themselves while you posed for photos.
Her friend Zoe winces beside her, but Riley is already marching toward the stage, anger buzzing in her veins like the bass from the speakers.
You forgot one thing, Mason. Tell them who turned your glitchy workout toy into the #1 app in the store after you tanked the first launch.
We are at a live stream and a multi-million-dollar event. Maybe hold your tantrum until you are not standing on my stage.
Phones lift all over the rooftop. The crowd loves drama more than product demos. A chant rises from the back asking them to spill the story.
Fine, here is a story. 3 months ago, the first beta crashed so hard people lost their data. I stayed 3 nights on that office couch to save your reputation.
You did your job. You were paid for your time. That does not mean you get to hijack my launch to drag me in front of my investors.
Riley steps closer. They stand almost chest to chest under the giant holographic Blaze logo. Storm clouds roll in behind the city skyline.
Your ego is so big. There is no room for the people who keep this place alive. You do not want a team. You want props.
You love attention more than results, Riley. You create chaos wherever you go. Maybe this company needs less drama and more discipline.
Thunder cracks over their heads. The logo screen behind them glitches. Neon lines smear across the sky like broken code. The speakers let out a high shriek. A pulse of white light bursts from the screen and slams into both of them. The crowd gasps as Riley and Mason are thrown backward onto the stage floor. For a moment, everything goes silent. Then sound rushes back. Rain starts to fall in heavy sheets. People scream and scramble for the exits.
My head feels like it has been hit by a truck. Why does my voice sound deeper, heavier, like I swallowed gravel?
Why are my legs in a dress? Why are my hands smaller? Why am I looking up at my own face with murder in those brown eyes?
Riley pushes herself upright and freezes as she sees Mason's body in a dark suit across from her. Except she feels the weight of his shoulders on her own frame.
Tell me this is a concussion dream, because if I am stuck in your body, I am going to sue the universe.
If I am inside you, I swear I did not choose this. You are the last person on Earth I would share a body with on purpose.
Security rushes toward the stage. The logo screen blinks back to normal. To the rest of the world, it just looks like 2 colleagues knocked down by a freak power surge. Inside their swapped bodies, Riley and Mason lock eyes and feel the same cold realization. They are trapped in each other's life, and neither of them plays nice. The next morning, sunlight slices through the blinds of Mason's penthouse. Riley jerks awake to the unfamiliar weight of his taller body, sprawled across expensive sheets.
This is not a nightmare. That is my reflection in a mirror. I will never be able to afford. I look like a smug tech poster boy who hates brunch.
She pokes at his sharp jaw, at the faint stubble, at the broad chest under a black tee, panic bubbles under a thin layer of furious disbelief.
Meanwhile, in Riley's tiny studio, Mason stands in front of her bathroom mirror wearing one of her oversized band tees, hair a wild dark halo around her face. Your sink is leaking, your window barely closes, and yet you still pay more in rent than my first car cost. This city is a scam.
His hands trail over the scattered sticky notes on her mirror, each with a tiny goal, a new campaign idea, reminders to call her mom back on Sundays. At 9 sharp, Riley phone as Mason lights up with a calendar alert. Board meeting, investor update, product roadmap, all stacked like falling bricks.
Great! I get to be public enemy #1 in front of everyone with money while I can barely walk in your heavy dress shoes.
And I have to go to your team stand-up and act like I am not the jerk who stole their credit last night. Outstanding.
They meet in the lobby of Blaze headquarters, both in the wrong bodies, both clinging to travel mugs like shields, both trying not to stare too hard.
Ground rules. You do not fire anyone. You do not cancel projects. You smile at my team and pretend you trust them. Can you manage that?
Fine. Ground rules for you. Do not tank my stock price. Do not tell investors we are cursed, and do not flirt with anyone while you are wearing my face.
The elevator ride to the top floor is a slow torture. Bodyguards nod at the man they think is Mason. Interns straighten up when they see who they think is Riley. In the glass-walled boardroom, Riley sits at the head of the table as Mason for the first time. Eyes of investors like laser dots on her borrowed suit.
Our retention problem is not about features, it is about trust. People do not want another app yelling at them. They want a coach that feels like a friend.
To her shock, the room nods along. The oldest investor even smiles. The numbers on the slides she begged Mason to use now look like her own secret victory. Downstairs, Mason as Riley stands in front of the marketing team. Dozen tired faces watching warily. They expect sarcasm and criticism, not the raw nerves he feels under Riley's skin.
You did not deserve last night. The launch still happened because of this department. I am going to make sure leadership hears your names when they praise the numbers.
The room relaxes at once. Jokes start to fly. Zoe tosses a stress ball at him, calling him soft. His chest tightens in a way he does not recognize. By the end of the day, they meet again in Mason office. Both drained, both secretly impressed with how hard the other daily life actually is.
Your investors are sharks, but they listen when you back up your ego with data. This whole place runs on the force of your stubborn spine.
Your team would follow you into a fire. They joke because they trust you. I did not see it before. I was too busy playing untouchable genius.
Silence stretches between them. The city glows outside the windows. For the first time, the idea of being stuck together does not feel like pure punishment. 2 weeks into the swap, their lives twist even tighter. Riley as Mason is dragged into family dinner with his parents at a private club overlooking the harbor. His mother assesses her son with cool eyes, asking about legacy expansion, when he will finally stop risking everything on passion projects and settle into safe empire building.
Blaze is not a toy. It is helping people move again after injuries, after burnout, after heartbreak. Sometimes risk is the only way to build something that matters.
His father studies her, clearly hearing a new steel in a voice he thinks he knows. For the first time, they do not dismiss Mason wild conviction outright. Across town, Mason as Riley sits on her mother-worn sofa. The smell of lasagna filling the tiny living room. Childhood photos crowding every shelf.
You look tired, sweetie. You work so hard for people who do not always see you. I hope they appreciate you at that company.
They do not appreciate her nearly enough. She is the reason their shiny product shines. I am going to make sure they fix that.
Her mom blinks at the fierce promise in her daughter's voice, then smiles slowly, hope flickering where there was worry. Mason's chest aches with unexpected guilt. Back at the office, gossip swirls. Some say Mason has gone soft. Others say Riley has grown reckless. Only Zoe suspects something stranger when she sees them bicker in sync.
You finish each other complaints now? Creepy, but also weirdly cute. Are you sure you still hate each other?
We do not hate each other. We just share one cursed glitch from a vengeful universe. That is all.
We are trying not to kill each other while we fix a bug in reality. Do not ship us like we are characters in your favorite drama.
That night, a storm hits again. Power flickers at the office. They drag camping mats into the server room just in case the glitch is tied to weather and tech.
If lightning turned us into a Freaky Friday remake once, maybe it can turn us back. Or maybe it will just fry our eyebrows off.
If we wake up tomorrow and I am still in your body, I am filing a complaint with whoever runs Fate. This user experience is broken.
They lie side by side on the floor. The hum of machines steady around them. Somewhere between fear and exhaustion, their hands find each other and stay.
You know what scares me most? If we switch back, I might miss knowing what your life feels like. Even the parts I used to judge.
I used to think you were chaos wrapped in eyeliner. Now I see you hold everything together, with sheer force of will and bad coffee.
Their fingers tighten, the air between them charged with something softer than anger, something scarier than the glitch, a connection neither of them planned. The next crisis hits on a Monday. A rival company leaks a fake story claiming Blaze steals user data. The hashtag boycott Blaze jumps to the top of every feed. Investors panic. Users delete accounts on live streams. The board calls an emergency meeting, demanding a scapegoat, someone to blame in front of angry cameras.
We need to fire someone high enough to prove we take this seriously. Public trust is worth more than any loyalty we owe to one employee.
Eyes flick toward the seat, where Riley as Mason sits, awareness crackling in the air. The narrative writes itself. Arrogant founder finally pays for reckless decisions.
We are not selling data. Our logs prove it. This is a smear campaign from a competitor who cannot match our features. Firing me will not fix the lie.
Downstairs, Mason as Riley scrambles with the marketing team, crafting transparent statements, pushing screenshots of privacy audits, responding to worried messages with brutal honesty.
We admit the outage. We show the logs. We talk to people like they are smart. No spin. No empty apologies. Just facts and compassion.
When the board suggests announcing Mason resignation, he hears it through Riley's body. The words hit like a slap. Years of work reduced to a talking point.
If you fire me, you lose the person who knows every line of code and every back-end patch. You also tell the world this lie might be true.
She stands, hands flat on the table, every inch of Mason-tall frame radiating stubborn defiance. Even the most skeptical director leans back slightly.
Give us 48 hours. I can trace the leak. I can prove who planted the story. If I fail, I will walk out on my own.
Reluctantly, they agree. Upstairs and downstairs, Blaze turns into a war room. Whiteboards fill with diagrams, laptops glow long into the night. At 3 a.m, Riley and Mason sit side by side in the server room again. Energy drink cans everywhere. Lines of code blurring before exhausted eyes.
You fight for this place like it is your own name on the building. I do not deserve that level of loyalty after the way I treated you.
You built something that actually helps people. I will not let a coward with a bot farm destroy. That also, I hate losing more than I hate you.
A breakthrough finally appears. A trail leading straight to the rival company servers. They package the evidence, call reporters, and schedule a live stream reveal. During the live stream, Riley, as Mason explains the attack with calm fury. Mason as Riley moderates chat, pinning honest questions, hearts and support messages, flood in. Public opinion flips almost overnight. The hashtag shifts to praise Blaze. The rival company scrambles to issue their own clumsy apology. When the cameras cut, Riley and Mason stare at each other, relief crashing over them, the near loss of everything, making their mismatched borrowed bodies feel strangely right. Weeks later, the glitch finally returns. Another storm, another power surge in the server room. Riley and Mason are ready this time, hands clasped as the lights explode white. When the world settles, they both gasp, bodies suddenly familiar again. Riley looks down at her own chipped nail polish. Mason at his calloused programmer hands.
I am back in my own skin, my jeans. My heartbeat. I should be thrilled. So why does my chest feel like it lost something?
I missed my height and my suits. And yet everything feels too quiet without your thoughts in my head. I hate how much I got used to you.
They stand facing each other in the humming half-dark room. No glitch between them now. Just the memory of every secret they accidentally shared.
You could walk away. Take any offer from any company. You deserve people who saw your value before a cosmic bug forced them to.
Maybe I stay because I know the arrogant founder is actually a giant nerd who does midnight bug hunts and forgets to eat when users are hurting. Maybe I stay because this place feels like mine now. And because I like the way you say our company instead of my company lately.
Mason steps closer. No borrowed height this time. No excuse that it is easier to be brave in someone else's body. Only raw honesty left.
I am sorry it took a supernatural disaster for me to see you clearly. I am sorry for every time I used you as a prop. Instead of a partner. I want you as my co-founder. I want your name on every contract, every press release. I want the world to know Blaze exists because of both of us.
Riley heart stutters. The promotion she begged for is nothing compared to this. An equal seat at the table. A public promise she never dared imagine.
Fine, but I have one condition. If we are partners at work, we stop pretending we are not also something else after hours.
Is this the part where you admit you like me? Because I have been in love with your chaos since the day you crashed my first pitch with better slides.
She laughs, the sound bright and a little shaky, then pulls him down into a kiss that tastes like shared storms and caffeine and second chances. Later, Blaze holds another rooftop event. This time the logo stays solid, the app numbers higher than ever. Press cameras chasing every angle of the success story. On stage, Riley and Mason stand side by side, co-founders in matching blazers, fingers linked behind the podium where only they can feel the quiet grip.
We built Blaze to help people rewrite their routines. to prove you can wake up one day and choose a different story for your life.
Trust me. If two sworn enemies can survive swapping souls and end up building a life together, you can survive your first workout streak.
The crowd roars, flashes strobe like lightning in safe miniature. Somewhere above the city, the universe quietly updates their story from rivals to partners in every possible sense.
Thanks for watching. Follow for more romance stories.